It is the Savage Nation. Give me 15 minutes and I'll give you America. Now let's go to the news. But first, I've got to give you my phone number because it's Open Mic to Mike Friday. 855-400-7282, 855-400-SAVAGE. I have one story that struck me today in Colorado. Pot shop runs out of product, others raise prices. And I looked at the picture and I see long lines of dopers swamping the Colorado pot shops. Long lines of losers. And all I could think of was, wow, what a country we're living in. We've gone from the bread line to the pot line in one generation. You see, during the Great Depression, long before my time, men lined up for free government bread. Now the idiots, the morons, lining up for basically government pot. Look at the country we are living in. Do you think we could ever win another war? It's hard to believe that we've gone from Chris Christie to Krispy Kreme in one degradation, let alone going from the staff of life to the wheat of strife in one generation. You see, this embracement of this dangerous gateway drug, marijuana, is at an all-time high. It's a level of hysteria I've never seen before. And yet tied into this is this insanity that is also raging in America, probably amongst the same groups that embrace pot, who reject wheat. The lunatics who think wheat is dangerous don't even know that it's the staff of life around which the entire civilization that we know today, the civilization of the world, was built. They don't even understand what they're talking about. All they say is Monsanto, GMOs, gluten. Oh, yeah, man, I don't eat gluten. Have a hit of the joint. Lunatics. A nation of lunatics. They don't even know what gluten is. The next time you encounter a glutomaniac who fears gluten but embraces pot, why don't you look them in the eye and say, what is gluten? They don't know what it is. They have no idea what it is. Now, let me be very clear. Less than 1% of Americans have celiac disease, the condition that is caused by an immune response to gluten that is abnormal, that can damage the lining of the small intestine. About less than 1% of Americans actually have celiac disease, and they need to avoid gluten. But what about all of the rest of you idiots who are running around thinking you found the Holy Grail? Gluten, wheat. I've discovered the Holy Grail. And you actually walk around like a new religious convert, telling everyone that the staff of life is poison, but the wheat of strife is golden. It's astounding to me. So I'd like to ask you, as I elucidate a little reality on this issue, if you have any glutomaniacs in your family, or such, you know, the vegans. Do you have a friend who's a vegan who you go to dinner with? What's this with vegan? All of a sudden, vegans. Here, boys and girls, is what I'd like you to do so you'll know you're an omnivore. You are designed to tear flesh and grind grains with your jaw. This is something you have to understand is so real that you may be shocked and you may have to go for psychopathic medication after this. I want you to take your two thumbs and I want you to put them against the two sharp front teeth in the top of your mouth. Those are called what? Those are called canine teeth. No matter how liberal you are, no matter how much you love animals, and I love animals, no matter how vegan you are, no matter how vegetarian you are, no matter how pacifist you are, God has given you 4 teeth that are called canine teeth for ripping and tearing flesh. And in the back of your mouth, grinding teeth, like goats and sheep and other ruminants, and those are made for grinding wheat and grains. Grains like wheat and also, you know, plant products. So what does it tell you? Is that you are designed by nature to be an omnivore. And to hear all of a sudden these psychos who think that they have celiac disease, they haven't any idea what they're talking about. Do you realize that wherever you go on the earth, bread, wheat-based products, rather, are the staff of life, whether it be the crackers of the South or brown bread, dark bread, flat bread, garlic bread, gluten bread, loaf of bread, matzah bread, naan, onion bread, raisin bread, quick bread, rye bread, salt rising bread, simnel, sour bread, toast, wafer, light bread, white bread, all aboard. Everywhere you go to the Middle East, you go to South America, you go to Mexico, Central America, they're making tamales. What do you think they're making it out of? They're making it out of wheat.